Grade 3 Science, The Wonderful World of Plants. Vocabulary. Materials. Materials are things we use to make other things. So like metal, steel, wood, plastic, these are all materials we use to make things. Minerals. Minerals are things that help keep us healthy. People usually get minerals from some of the foods that we eat. In today's reading, you'll hear about how plants get the minerals they need from the ground. Photosynthesis, like we talked about last week, is how plants make their own food using water, carbon dioxide, and light from the sun. Pollen are these yellow things on flowers that help to make new flowers and plants. Pollination is when pollen from one flower goes to another flower to help make seeds. You can see this bee in the picture has pollen on it. It will then go to another flower and the pollen will mix together and a seed will form. That is pollination. Reproduce means to make more of something. So again, in this picture, you can see the process of pollination. The bee takes the pollen from one flower, it goes into another flower, and then the seeds are formed. A seedling is just another word for a baby plant. Let's read. A family is going out for dinner. The kids put on clean clothes. They go to the restaurant. Mom parks the car under a tree. Inside, everyone sits at a wooden table. Their dinner includes potatoes and fresh vegetables. Dad takes the leftovers home in a cardboard box. Think about the clothes, tree, table, food, and box. What do they have in common? They all come from plants. You see plants almost everywhere. You also use plants in many ways. In this book, you will learn about plants and their parts. You will learn what plants need in order to live. You will find out how plants get food and how seeds grow. You will also learn why animals and plants need each other so much. Most plants have the same parts. They have roots, stems, and leaves. Each part helps the plant get what it needs to live. Roots usually grow down into the soil. Roots hold most plants in place. They help a plant stand tall. Roots also store water and food for the plant. Roots take in water and minerals from the soil. Plants need minerals to grow and be healthy. The stem holds up the leaves so they can get sunlight. The stem carries water and minerals from the roots to all parts of the plant. Stems can also store water and food. Leaves grow above the ground where there is light. They need light to make food for the plant. Leaves are usually flat. The flat shape helps them catch sunlight. Plants need food in order to grow, but plants do not eat. Plants make their own food. This process is called photosynthesis. Plants need three things for photosynthesis to happen. They need water, air, and light. Leaves take in air through tiny holes. Air has a gas called carbon dioxide in it. The sun's light helps mix carbon dioxide with water to make a kind of sugar. Plants use the sugar to grow. They store extra sugar in their roots, stems, and leaves. As plants make food, they also make a gas called oxygen. Plants give off oxygen through their leaves. All animals need this oxygen to live and breathe. Plants also give off water vapor through their leaves. Water vapor is water in the form of a gas. Palm trees make new palm trees. Tomato plants make new tomato plants. Each kind of plant must make more plants just like it. If plants do not reproduce, that kind of plant will die out. Most plants reproduce by making seeds. Seeds can grow into new plants. These plants are like the plant that made the seeds. Flowers are the plant parts where most seeds grow. Flowers make tiny grains of pollen. The pollen is carried by the wind or by animals such as bees, bats, and birds. Pollen from one flower sticks to another flower on the same kind of plant. This process is called pollination. When pollination works, seeds will form. Many seeds fall to the ground and begin to grow, but some seeds travel far before they start to grow. They may blow in the wind, they may float on water, they may stick to an animal's fur. They may even pass through an animal's body after it eats them. Then the seeds end up in a new place. A seed will sprout when it has air, water, and warmth. The tiny plant that grows from a seed is called a seedling. It can grow into a full-sized plant that will make new seeds. One day, those seeds will become new plants, which will grow and make more seeds. Plants live almost everywhere. They grow inside and outside. They grow in rainforests and deserts. They grow on mountains and in the ocean. Plants grow anywhere they can get what they need. Plants and animals need each other in order to live. You have learned that animals use plants for food and oxygen. Look at these pictures of other ways in which animals use plants. Then try to think of more ways in which animals use plants. Plants need animals too. Plants take in carbon dioxide to make food. The carbon dioxide comes from animals every time they breathe out. People around the world need plants. They eat parts of wild plants. They eat food that is grown on farms. They also use plant parts as materials to make many things. Much of the food you eat comes from plants. You eat the fruit of many plants. Grapes, apples, oranges, and peaches are all fruits. They hold the plant's seeds. Tomatoes, cucumbers, and squash also hold their plants' seeds. They are the fruit of their plants too, but you eat them as vegetables. In a way, even meat comes from plants. Many animals eat plants. The food inside the plants gets passed to those animals. Many other animals do not eat plants. They eat animals that ate plants. The food from the plants moves from one animal to the next one. Plants provide you with many materials. Look at the pictures below to think about some of the materials you get from plants. Many medicines are made from plants. All of the things below can be made from plants too. Plants grow all over the world. They are very important to people. A lot of our food comes from plants. We also use plants for materials. They give us the oxygen we need to breathe. Without plants, people and other animals could not survive. Plants also add beauty to our lives. Plants come in many shapes and sizes. They have many colors and patterns. Earth has giant forests and beautiful flowers. Our world really is a wonderful world of plants. Now some discussion questions. I will read the question and give you about 5 seconds to think of the answer. What is different about how plants and animals get food? Plants can make their own food. Animals cannot make their own food. What are some ways seeds can travel? Seeds can travel through the air, on water, or on animals. What are some ways that animals use plants? Animals use plants for food, and they can also use them as a place to live. Besides using plants for food, how else do people use plants? People use plants as material to make other things. Good job!